Well, monkeys, the one thing about us is that we have a responsibility to coordinate. Now, that coordination requires to forge partnerships with the right people. Now, if you find a corporate like SAB Foundation that says we do plow back, it is our responsibility to uplift those that have great ideas. We then jump into that opportunity to say this is the right partner, and this is why we are here today, to say let's witness this talk, let us see it in action, but most importantly, let's get to see the innovations that are produced by those that are fortunate enough to have pitched for SAB Foundation, and we can see what is that we can do. Well, we introduced a program called localization because we really want to bring back the manufacturing capabilities of South Africa. And of course, you can't then have many people manufacturing if there's no innovation. I listened to lots of the pitches that are made and some of them are solving real challenges that are faced by our communities. And once we bring them on the industrialization platform, then they're able to create more jobs, but produce and therefore be able to drive the economy that we're talking about. Well, we've tried to relax our requirements for funding because we do have an appreciation that most entrepreneurs are kept away from business by lack of access to funding. And also the stringent processes that we have. There's lots of money. If you're talking about CSI only, it's about 10 billion rands that we have in South Africa. It is not fully utilized because of all these stringent processes. So we said let us relax all those, but we need to make sure at least there is a Stella that exists. And Stella has a great idea that can change whatever situation that we can see, and that can go to the market. You've got to make sure that you have your ID, you've got to make sure that you are registered on SARS. We are using taxpayers' money, so it's important to have the tax clearance certificate. We no longer say when you are blacklisted, we can't be part of you. We understand the challenges that you're going through and appreciate the fact that you have taken a step to say you want to create jobs, and you are here to be the right partner so that as you grow, you lift others up with you.
We're here this evening to celebrate the Social Innovation and Disability Empowerment Awards. These are awards for people in South Africa that are coming up with business models that can solve some of the biggest problems in the country. Well, you know, I think we just felt like South Africa's been through such a tough time, as many countries have, but everywhere we see these shoots of hope, especially amongst entrepreneurs, you know. And so yeah, we chose this theme because in my mind, COVID was a bit like a fire that just raised things to the ground. And yet after that, we're just seeing this incredible activity emerge, and people are so brave and resilient. And so really we wanted to represent that and show the inspiration in the country after the hardship, you know. It's really important because firstly, we want more people in the country to support this kind of innovation, because it's only by, you know, what we're funding here is the very early stages of those businesses. And those businesses, what we want is to see them reach a large scale where they can impact thousands, if not millions of lives. And in order to do that, you know, they say it takes a village. And we are one entity, and we really want to inspire other people to support this kind of innovation. I would like to see even like for example, a social enterprise unit set up in government, you know, that really tries to encourage this kind of innovation. We're starting to see it already, and we have some wonderful partners in different government agencies, but a lot more support is needed to really get this innovation where it needs to go.
I'm actually excited. I can't express the feeling, but to be honest, I knew that I was actually part of the winners, because I knew, like, from day one, you know, from us attending the workshop and being part of the training and all that, I just gave it my all. And even on the last day where we actually had to present our solution to different judges of panel, and for every question that they actually asked me, I was able to actually answer on the spot. So on the day, I just knew that one way or the other, I am part of the winners. I was just waiting for that moment to be official, though. To be honest, that is the interesting question, right? I actually come from a family of 8 siblings, right? And I'm a 6th child at home. But to be honest, I don't know how it feels like to live with someone who's living with a physical disability. None of us at home is actually living with a physical disability. But I remember a few years back, it's like my gum infection actually led me to my dreams, because I was actually having a gum infection where my local clinic, they couldn't see what's the cause of the gum infection, but they could see that something was wrong with my gum, and I was actually booked for an appointment at my local hospital. And then on that very same day, I was in pain. But however, when I actually witnessed how our amputees are being treated in the local hospital, that actually provoked me to say that, yes, today it might not be me, but what if it could be me or one of my loved ones, you know? I literally had to put myself in an amputee shoe to say that, what can I do best, you know? And then I intervened and tried to understand. And the amputee told me that it's been more than 5 years, coming every day, every now and then, same story over and over again. He's been on the waiting list, trying to access a prosthetic limb, but with no luck, with no help, you know. And then on the very same day, I actually asked, does the hospital actually produce this? Then they said yes. Then I actually asked, okay, can I speak to someone who's responsible from the orthopedic side? Then they actually allowed me. Then I actually asked, what's the problem? Then I was told that it's lack of resources in the sector, lack of skills, and also they rely on exports and imports. Then I actually asked, does the hospital actually manufacture this? Then they said yes. Then I actually asked, can I witness the manufacturing process? They allowed me. Then I went and I actually looked and I saw how they're actually doing this, like, you know, using the traditional method. Then one way or the other, I did not had a clue to say how can I best solve it. But I knew that there was something that one can actually do to actually solve the problem. And little I knew when I actually went back home, within my community, there are people that are actually suffering from the very same problem that I actually witnessed from the hospital. And when I tried to also engage with the amputee, the feedback that I got from the other user, it was the same as the one that I actually met at the hospital. Then from there, I just knew that there must be something that I can do. Then I started doing your R&D, which is your research and development, trying to understand how can I best solve it. And then the rest was just history.
For more stories like these, go to www.social-tv.co.za. Subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social medias.